So welcome back again. So now the last topic is all about the position and powers of the Prime Minister of our country. Position and powers of the Prime Minister of our country. As you know that he is the head of our country. In the beginning only I told you. So Prime Minister is the one who decides whom to give the ministry. So he decides and he selects, and those names are given to the President. And President appoints them. So the entire formation of the Council of Ministers, like Cabinet Minister, State Minister, Deputy Minister, is done by the Prime. Reshuffling. What is the meaning of reshuffling? That means he had formed the Council of Ministers. A is given the Finance Minister, B is made the Defense Minister. In this way, all the list of ministries are given to the members of the party. Now, at any time, he can reshuffle, he can change the ministries. Why it is done? Because whenever a ministry is given to a particular person, if he is unable to do the work properly, if he is unable to discharge his duties properly, and there is a lack of effectiveness and efficiency in his work, then he will be removed, and someone else who is capable of handling that ministry will be made the minister. So the reshuffling can be done at any time, as many times. How many times he wants to do, he can do it. If I don't teach properly, I will be removed, right? The same way, if the ministers, they don't do the work properly given by the Prime Minister, then definitely he will be removed, and somebody else who is capable to handle that ministry can be made the minister. So that can be done as many times as the Prime Minister likes. That is called reshuffling. Reshuffling means making a changes again and again. That is known as reshuffling of ministries. Prime Minister is the head of the cabinet. All the cabinet meetings takes place, and the cabinet ministers attend the cabinet meeting. Whatever decisions are taken, discussions goes on, or the policies decisions are taken. Final decision is in the hand of the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister is the head of the cabinet. Meeting goes on. All the ministers, they can give their views and ideas, but the final decisions will be done or taken by the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister is the head of the cabinet. Removal of the ministers. The Prime Minister made you the minister. The Prime Minister gave you a Ministry of Finance. You are not doing the work properly. You are not capable to handle the pressure of the financial stability in our country. You will be removed. So Prime Minister has the power to remove you from the ministry allocated to you by him. So Prime Minister give you. But sometime, if you think that I am appointed by the President, I will not follow your advice, then in that case, Prime Minister will ask the President to remove the person who is not at all listening to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister's decisions are to be followed by the entire government. If they don't follow, then definitely there will be a problem. So removal. Prime Minister can remove the minister at any time. Ministry will be snatched away from him, and he will just be a member of the parliament. He will not be removed from the parliament. He will just be a member of the parliament, but ministry will be snatched away. Chief coordinator. So various ministries are there. Various ministries are there. So he, being the chief of the entire Council of Ministers, or the head of the Council of Ministers, he need to coordinate the working of various ministries. He has to maintain a very peaceful atmosphere between all the ministers, because all the ministers belong to the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister's helping hand must work smoothly and with coordination. So that coordination is maintained by the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister looks after the working of the various ministries properly. There should not be any dispute between the ministries, because you are a finance minister and the other one is an external affairs minister. There should be a good communication between all the ministries which are headed by the Prime Minister. So Prime Minister coordinates the working of various ministries. Next. Head of the Parliament. I think number 7. So head of the parliament, leader of the parliament. So why it is so? Leader of the parliament. Speaker is the leader? No, it's not like that. Leader of the parliament is the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the head of the parliament, or we can say the leader of the parliament. So, though it is presided over by the Speaker, all the important decisions and the work to continue in the parliament are decided by the Prime Minister, and that is followed by the Speaker. So Prime Minister decides the agenda, and the Speaker continues that in the Lok Sabha. So over in all, Prime Minister is the leader of the parliament. What is the role of a Prime Minister during emergency? As you know that in the previous class I discussed about 3 types of emergencies: national emergency, financial emergency, and constitutional emergency. During that period, what type of role is played by our Prime Ministers? As I told you, President declares emergency, but the decision is taken by the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers decides whether the emergency is to be imposed or not. If emergency is decided and imposed, then it will be declared by the President. That is why it is known as President rule. So, emergency powers of the President. We know that emergency powers are given to the President. But in reality, that power is in the hand of the Prime Minister. So President declares emergency on the advice of the Cabinet. President declares emergency on the advice of the Cabinet. So this is about the emergency powers of the Prime Minister of our country. So many are there, and even the Prime Minister is the chief advisor. Prime Minister is the chief advisor of the President. So we know that our country is run in the name of the President. Our country is run in the name of the President, and Prime Minister is the link between the Parliament and the President. President needs to be informed what is happening in the Parliament. So Prime Minister is the link between the Parliament and the President. So link is the President.
Thank you very much for watching.